Good morning, YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share, please. All right, let's see. I just want to talk about a few pressing things, or more important things, actually, than Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She's always on the back burner, though. You know, we know the deal, right? We gotten in the way of her latest plan to off that baby that she's got to get rid of. We know that, so we'll just keep an eye on her, right? Any late developments, of course, I'll come on in with it. I want to say, Donna Adelson, Wendy Adelson's mother, is being sentenced today, this afternoon at 3 or 4 or something. I'm hoping and praying, because this is how they usually do it. When one gets completed, then they arrest someone, right? And then when that one gets completed, they arrest the next one. They've already done 5 of them, right? Well, one of them pled and testified against everyone, but the rest of them all went to trial. One went to trial twice. They had to retry her. The one in between, the one that linked the hitman to the family, but I'll talk about that when Wendy Adelson gets arrested and I start talking about all that. Which could be, I'm hoping they're doing it like they did the rest of them, man. Which means if they do, she's getting sentenced this afternoon. Usually a couple days later they do it. Like the last time, the last one, this woman, Donna Adelson, Wendy's mother, like I said, she's the one being sentenced today, okay? Before her, it was her son Charlie, Wendy's brother. He got convicted, and I want to say a week, 7, 8, something like, not even 10 days, I think they arrested her then. Of course, they hold you without bond in those charges, so you're not going anywhere. But there was also extenuating circumstances with that, because her and her husband were trying to buy plane tickets to fucking Vietnam because they don't have an extradition policy with the U.S. If they would have went over, they got all the money in the world, the Adelsons. If they would have went over there, they could have just stayed indefinitely, and that would have been that. Because she knew she was next. But they got her before. They got her at the airport. Yeah, I'll tell about the whole thing once Wendy gets arrested. But they got her at the airport. You guys, bear with me. I'm really getting sick now, man. That's what I'm saying. I might just make this video today. I don't know what else I'm going to be able to do here, so because I'm pretty sick. My throat hurts. My chest is starting to hurt a little bit, and stuff like that. But we'll carry on though. Anyway, so I'm hoping Wendy gets arrested, man, so we can start on that one. Okay, we know all so you know what I mean. So we can get that going. All right. So there's that. I want to talk about this. This is really important. This is something really wild going on in America right now. That's something that normally happens in third world countries or maybe in bad parts of big cities and like countries in South America, shit like that. And what's crazy is they're not making any kind of deal about it in the news, not at all. There are people being snatched up all over this country, all over America. I guess mostly women. I don't know if young men are too. I don't know. But they're tricking people, and I guess it's for human trafficking, and then they're just like abducting them and taking off. But they're not. Why? And they're doing these things like handing people, like they act like they can't speak English, or maybe they can't. Then they hand them a note in English, like read the note. I can't. And then it's got something on it, some substance that absorbs into their pores, and they fucking fall out. Or they start to get dizzy, so they're going to go back, make it back to their car. Well, these people have already scoped out where the car is and everything. They've seen them get out of their car. They know the whole deal with this person. And they're waiting back there, and then they snatch them up, they're gone. They said they got you. They got you, and I'm sure they got guns. I'm sure those people are armed. You wouldn't do that otherwise. And then you're going to wake up in a shed somewhere with battery cables hooked to your nipples? I mean, and who knows what? They got you. They do whatever they want with you. You end up in a shipping container being shipped across the seas, man. Seriously, this human trafficking shit is no joke, man. It's the biggest thing there is, man. People actually selling human beings. Okay? It's been going on the whole time, but of course they don't ever talk about that. You don't ever see an investigative journalist that's broken the case of right? And when it's been going on the entire time, guys. Okay? The entire time. What I'm saying is with this, I'm getting stories of all these different places, okay? Because someone I know is starting to track these reports of it. And they're not reporting it on the local news. Like someone gets snatched up out of the Walmart parking lot, and they're just gone. Like, and then there's some people that are, like they're sending little kids to act like the little kid's lost or something. And then somehow they get them, I don't know, they get like the kid will act like, well, I think my mommy's out here or whatever. Then they follow them and they try to help the little kid. Of course, you're going to help a little kid, right? They train this little kid what to do. And all you're worried about is trying to find this kid's parents doing the right thing. This is what they do. They take advantage of that. And then out of nowhere, they run and jump and get you. Then they got these other ones, just a normal women just walked on a walk or doing whatever, just in residential areas around the country. And then all of a sudden a van or something pulls up, shoom, boom, one dude jumps out, snatches you up. Some of them fight their way and get away and all this shit, but this shouldn't be happening in America. And because it is, they should be going crazy on the news. This should be a crazy alert every night where they're giving any updates or any reports of it and telling us what's going on with this. They're not reporting on local news, man. That's what's really weird too. Why? What is going on with this? Now we have cell phones, you guys. 25 years ago, man, 30 years ago, if this would have been happening, it would have been freak city on the news every night. The main thing, they would have had task forces out watching, and we would all be instructed, don't go talk to strangers you don't know, don't touch anyone's hand, even don't take anything from anyone you don't know. They're walking around with religious literature like, oh, you want to let's talk about Jesus, and it's got shit all over it making you pass out so they can snatch you up. You guys, this is happening in America. This is wild, man. And they're not doing anything. Why are we not? We should be getting phone alerts like the Amber Alerts. They send that to everybody. And these other alerts they send to everybody. You got no choice, but it comes. Why aren't they giving us instructions and telling us don't touch, don't go to a stranger, don't do. Well, they're not doing that. Why are they not doing that? Okay. Well, please, guys. I'm telling you this because please. Don't. Any strange little foreign person, and I hate to be like this, man, or a little kid or whatever comes up, you have to be careful, man. If it's involved a little kid and you're in a store or something, go to the store manager. Go up to don't try to handle it on your own, man, because these people are tricking people, and they're playing on their sympathies, and they're playing on their these people are smart, and this is what they do, okay? So they watch and they hunt people. They know who to hunt. They can tell by the kind of clothes you wear, the car you drive, the way you act. They know what they're doing, man. They know how to manipulate you. So please just be careful. Please don't do anything. Don't take a fucking, like someone's trying to give you a piece of fruit or trying to sell you some little thing, or, hey, just give me $1 and I'll give you. Don't fall for it, man. Just give them $1 and run, okay? Because this is what's happening in America right now. And they're not even saying anything about it. That's the scary part. All right, so there's that. Also, you guys, again, please prepare. You know the deal. Russia, that shit's heating up. Okay? And I have to explain. You guys know this. The presidents of the United States can do domestic policies. That's why they always do it. We get a Democrat a while, then we get a Republican a while, and it goes back and forth, right? To keep us... Okay, it's all a big right-left paradigm. It's all fake, guys. They're all working together. It's just a big fake thing to keep our minds fucked up and keep us distracted and not really see what's going on. Okay, if they knew the truth, that they're really working together to do all this evil shit and they're just manipulating us along the way, well, there would be a problem then for them. Okay, we would be a problem then. So this is how they have to do it. They're all actors. All those senators and members of the House, the 40 or 50 we always see, and we don't see any of the other ones because they're all actors. Okay, all of them. And that includes the president. They're all actors every time. They all are. That's what they are. They're actors. Okay? All right. Well... they allow the president to do domestic shit, okay? Foreign policy is not dictated, is dictated by someone else above the president, okay? They're told what to do. They just come out and do the speeches and do the press conferences like it's their idea and their thing. They're doing what they're being told to do. Foreign policy is something called continuity of agenda. It's not going to change. The Russia problem. This is a fucking 60, 70-year-old plan to finally degrade Russia's army as much as we can using Ukraine, and then move into Russia, NATO led by America, and split into 10 regions to be governed by different parts of NATO and take all of their natural resources in Russia. That's the plan, because they're the only place is standing in the way of the one world government. And everyone else is in on it, and China's even ready to double-cross Russia. But that's another video. So, that is going to... Donald Trump and them might do a fake-out peace thing for a minute with Ukraine, but that will just be to get more weapons produced or get things moved into place or whatever. for the big one in the end battle. Okay, when they finally just do move in. All right, they're destroying their oil refinery plants. They're doing all this shit to Russia, and now I told you about those Tomahawk missiles, right? That can have a regular warhead or a nuclear warhead, and Russia doesn't know when it's flying which one that has. Well, now Trump just threatened Putin. Well, I'm going to talk to him, but if he doesn't do it, if he doesn't just get this thing solved, knowing he's lying, there's no peace thing with Russia, and he knows that they don't want one, guys. The end game is that, and it's never going to be Russia's going to lay down an agreement and say, okay, come in and we'll just give it up to you. Okay, this wanting is fake, guys. Okay, and it's getting worse and worse. And now he is saying he's going to send those Tomahawk missiles over there. So now this could pop off at any time. All right, please prepare. Water purifier. When you run out of that water, drink beans and rice, canned goods, whatever, medical, some alternative way to cook things. I don't care if it's a grill in the backyard with coal and lighter fluid. Do what you got to do, please. All right, because that's heating up. Now, we also got this shit now with China. Okay, Iran and Israel can go at any time too, guys. And also Venezuela and America are about to go at it too at any time. You guys, this shit's all happening at once. I know there's so much going on and all our lives are so busy, just whatever. But you guys, I know, but please look around what's happening. Please get yourself prepared because things can change in a second. And that's probably how it's going to go. Things can change in like that. Okay? And that's heating up big time too. Okay? We've also got what China, and guess what? China finally said, you know what? No one's wants to stand up to the bully America. Well, we will. China now has put export controls on rare earth metals, meaning the companies in China, their own mining companies, private ones, can't just do business with any countries they want and sell whatever amount they want, like they had been doing. And America buys all these rare earth minerals from China to make all their weapons with. Antimony, tungsten, there's a bunch of them. Okay, here's the deal. China, because they're so smart, they do 90% of the refining of earth metals in the whole world. Okay, United States doesn't refine any. If we dig up earth metals in our country, we ship them to fucking China and pay them to refine them for us. Then we can make them into weapons. And then we buy straight up refined ones that we need from them. And now China's saying, no, you're not getting them. You'll get what we give you, and that's that. Which will stop which will slow the weapons production. Okay? Which, if you haven't noticed, the weapons manufacturers are just about the only big time manufacturing we have here. We don't make a lot of things in America anymore. It's like technology and that, and weapons. That's it, pretty much. You know, for the most part. I mean, I know some stuff, but not really. Not like long ago. Not like World War II when we were making all kinds of shit. All right, well, this is causing a problem now because what can you do? You can't make some of these weapons if you don't have these fucking earth metals. And even if we can dig them up here, we got to ask China to refine them for us. So this kind of shit is the type of shit that causes a war too, by the way. So now you understand what's happening here. America's kind of in a thing with a whole bunch of fucking people right now. And this is the type of thing to make someone want to go to war. When you're cutting them off from the thing that's going to make their weapons, which is the only thing you got really and your whole stock market is fucking based on it. And you know how much the stocks and shit are worth in those companies and all their portfolios are based on them and all this shit. This is a problem. But what does Trump do? He says, I'm going to put tariffs on China. Well, guess what, guys? Tariffs are a tax on the people of the government that imposed them. Those tariffs are a tax on us, guys, not on China. But I'm running out of time, okay? I'm going to have to explain that in the next video. I'm going to explain to you the truth about the tariffs and how they're lying to us about that. It's very deceitful and deceptive. It's very deceptive what they're doing.